The Asus VC239H is a 23-inch IPS monitor with such an elegant design. Thin bezels, great viewing angles, far better than a regular TN panel. And to top all of that, a whole features up its sleeve. But is it worth your money? Well, stay tuned to find out. So as always, starting off with the design, you have your Asus branding at the bottom of the monitor, at the right side an HDMI label, and at the right side is your function buttons. At each side of the monitor you also have a built-in speaker, but as per quality I am quite unsure if I like it or not. When I adjusted the volume, I noticed that the default setting is at 50%, and there is actually a good reason behind that, and it's because when you bump up to the max level, it would sound bad. As I was using this monitor at 100% volume, I noticed that the sound is flat, the bass is underpowered, and the highs are a bit too sharp. Personally, I think the sweet spot is at 75%, not too low, and the sound is just right. Here's a quick sound test. I like the structure of the monitor stand as well as the radial aluminum finish, but the thing I dislike is the glossy plastic. This type of plastic is really prone to fingerprints as well as dust, so you might end up cleaning this often. At the back you have holes so that you could Visa mount this on your wall. In the rear it has a curved shape. Now normally this won't matter for me, but I will mount this on my wall so it might be a bit slanted. Hence why I placed some rubber on the top of the hole so that it won't go back to straight. For the rear I/O, you have an HDMI port, a DVI port, VGA port, audio port, and the power port. You can't extend this horizontally and vertically, but you can tilt the screen to 20 degrees. This will suffice depending on what kind of setup you have. The package includes a VGA cable, a power cable, 3.5 audio connector, DVI cable, and sadly no HDMI cable. So for the features, you have a quick access blue light menu where in layman's terms you can change the temperature of your screen to avoid ice chairs after prolonged hours of usage. You will also change the color modes in the menu with a standard mode, theater mode being a bit more on the cooler side, game mode with a not too bright color tone, and the night view mode with no differences with the game mode. The sRGB mode, which is basically a dimmed down version of the game mode, reading mode, which is for dimmed down even more for reading, darkroom mode, which has the lower brightness of all of them. So go figure. Personally, the scenery mode is the best looking, but it's too bright for me, so I stick with the standard mode and tweak the settings. You have your image mode, input select, system setup. So for the first menu, you have your splendid mode where they would divide the screen into half so that you could compare how it is with your chosen color profile. Game Plus mode where you could add a crosshair in the middle of your screen, which I think may be a black and white area. You may hate it or love it. You also have the timer so that you could set a fixed time on when to stop, but of course being a gamer will never get to use that option. And lastly, you have the quick fit vertical scale so that you could see the actual size of paper you are working on. This includes a variety of sizes including letter size, grid, as well as a range of photo sizes. So in conclusion, should you buy this monitor? Well, you need to consider that this monitor is not for gaming. You could play games on this monitor and it would look awesome, it would look cool because of its color reproduction, but by no means is this advertised as a gaming monitor, because gaming monitors have like this 1 millisecond response time and all these other gaming features. This one does not. So if you're a content creator like me where you upload videos on YouTube or graphic design jobs, well then go for it. This monitor is great. The color reproduction is awesome. And as you can already see, the TN panel that I have here is already grayed out. And my IPS panel at the back is so vividly colored still. So as you can see, for people who are looking for accurate color reproduction, go for it. This monitor is great for the money. Well, it may cost about 7,000 pesos or more, but it's totally worth it. And difference between an IPS and TN panel is really noticeable. And as always, this is Dylan signing out. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like it, leave a dislike if you didn't like it, and of course, don't forget to subscribe so that you can see more tech-related contents like this one.